I was very, very excited, very, very excited, don't get me wrong, but now we're starting to get into the point where I want this to become the standard. And so if we just keep rising to the occasion, taking care of our responsibility, I think we'll continue to be great. Of course, I love the sport. The sport it's opened so many doors for me. You know, it's got me, my bachelor's degree, and now I have my master's degree. And so it's opened up so many doors for me. But honestly, I would just like passion with just helping people and watching people succeed. Adversity, transparency, just showing people, being transparent and authentic with them as a person. I don't like to sugarcoat things because I want you to expect everything from me, the real world. So, I'm hard on discipline. I try to be, really tight on the tardiness and stuff like that. Missing class. I try to just be really tight on those things because one day you're going to be 21, 22, 23. You're going to be late to work. You're going to miss work, and all these things, and those excuses, they might work when you're 18 and you're still learning, but they won't work when you're 22, 23. You can't be late on that rent, and so I try my best to use what I have, my 2 to 3 hours a day, and give them life experiences. And so that's who I am as a coach. Yes, I love the technical side of it. I can talk about track and field all day, but I'm more deeply invested in the person because these workouts don't make you faster. It's me understanding who you are, what your abilities are, because you and you have two different abilities. Y'all can run at the same time, but y'all don't have the same capabilities. So me having to understand that person, build relationships, and then, okay, I know what really doesn't work for them. And so now I can train them this way, and we're still gonna get the same result. Maybe I can talk to them a little bit more, bring them to the office and really connect with them on really what wakes them up every day. And so the passion about the people. And then, I feel like once you do the passion with the people and build the relationships, the workouts it doesn't matter what you do out there. Let me try to build some things around you to make you the best you. And I feel like things like that is probably why we've been able to retain, really well. And then I guess at this point, win championships. I'll start with the ladies. We were a little smaller this year, and I think we were seated, I don't know, maybe to place 7th or something like that, and maybe to score 50 points. We ended up scoring right under 100 points. We walked away with some qualifications, more All-Americans that was planned. We wasn't supposed to have some ladies make the finals, and we had 3 in the finals, so our ladies have won the 4x200 relay 3 times in a row now at that championships. So a lot of great things that wasn't supposed to happen happened. And we were 6 points away from second. And we were supposed to come in, I think, 7th or 8th and not even have 50 extra points that we scored, and being very, very small numbered and things like that. So I definitely had to start with the ladies, just overcoming adversity, overcoming the rankings. You know how the rankings can be when you do those points down and like, oh man, it's gonna be tough. And they did everything but live up to that expectation. And so that was great on the ladies. On the men's side, it was beautiful. That's our 3rd championship straight, but as far as indoors, it was the 2nd straight. So last year was the first time winning indoors. This was the 2nd indoors. Honestly, just everyone just showed up. When we won it for the 2nd time, I was very, very excited, very, very excited, don't get me wrong, but now we're starting to get into the point where I want this to become the standard. And so, yes, I was crazy excited for our freshmen to get their first ring and things like that. But now I also have to keep showing them that the job's not done. The job's never finished. The reason why is because now we have to continue to, keep walking with more class, because we have to show people that we're supposed to be doing this. We're not supposed to make it seem like, oh, this wasn't supposed to happen. And now that we've done it twice in a row, we have to keep showing everyone, all of our competitors, that, I'm really big on any given Sunday, any man or woman can go down. We just have to make sure that on that Sunday we don't. And so if we just keep rising to the occasion, taking care of our responsibility, I think we'll continue to be great. And so, no, very excited. We won Coaching Staff of the Year as well. We had a lot of great performances we swept multiple events. We had a lot of PRs, a lot of qualifications, a lot of national champions that was supposed to happen. Some great performances on the relays. We had some points in some areas that wasn't supposed to show up that showed up. We just did a phenomenal job. And so my mission and my statement back to the team was, this is what happens when you just go out and you just execute, and now let's just continue to be great. Let's continue to be great. Let's continue this excellence. And so that was how I felt this year about it. Last year, I wanted to do a backflip. I want to do a backflip because it's never been done. And, once you do it again, I always have to keep telling them that now, guess what? If we do it again, it has to be totally different than this time, because everything that had to be done, now we have to continue to be even greater, and things like that. Or somebody may go down, so that means that 2 more people have to step up. And so now I'm just trying to show them that let's continue to, do it with class. Win with class. Show that we've been here before. Because when you do that, that's how you continue to win more. Because you're always going to come in and just do your job because you've been here before. You've got the experience. If you have experience of winning, you're typically going to know how to win. And so that's what I'm trying to show them. Even the freshmen, I'm trying to show them how to win early. And even if they didn't do their best at the event, they understood that, wow, I was a part of a national championship team. So now they know how to win. So now I know that when they go out there for the next one, they're going to win. And it may not even be an event, but they're going to win here. And so now all I'm doing is just creating that trickle down effect, just from seniors all the way down to the freshmen. And so guess what? The freshmen got their first one. Guess what? They don't want to just have one, and so now you've created that standard, you created that culture. And so now you do that and you just keep building it. You just keep building it. So it was tremendous. It was tremendous. It was definitely tough having a high intense conference, NCC championship. And then typically we have to go right next to the Mid-South. And so it can be tough. It's like a 5-day turnaround and everything. It can definitely be tough. On the men's side, we finished second. We actually finished like 30 points lower than how we did at NCC's, and we still didn't have all of our events go off because we still had some people recovering. We have more stuff coming forward and things like that. And then on the ladies' side, we got third, and we were supposed to be like 6th place, and we were right there at 2nd place on the women's side. And so we swept a lot of events. We had more PRs. Like, even though we had crazy PRs, we had even more PRs. And I think, honestly, we just went into it with just more focused, if that makes sense. Sometimes when you have that high, you want to just keep that high pushing out as long as you can go. And now I feel like at this point where the buy-in is extremely high, that everyone is driven to be successful at the conference championships, at the NCC championships. So honestly, I feel the same way because I believe last year, I don't think we got 2nd. I think we got maybe 4th. And the reason why is because we didn't know how to win at the NCCs and then go the next week and do it again. And then this year we moved up 2 spots and scored like an extra 60 points. And so that experience part, being able to compete at high calibers multiple times back to back, I can't teach that at practice. I can't teach that in the workouts. I can't teach that, in the 5:45 a.m. practices and things like that. I have to put you at the dance, and then, hopefully you get up off the table and you dance. And so now that everybody's learning how to dance, now it's not hard to pull more people up from the table, because now when we go to those back-to-back championships, nobody wants to sit down. And so now we're trying to just create this dynamic of we can be able to go to the conference championship and soon enough win it. Shout out to the professors, administrators that, care for these student athletes. I know it can be tough with championship season. They miss Fridays, they might miss Mondays, and, so much more things. So I just definitely want to thank the administrators and, everyone that works in academic department, all the way down to the tutors and things like that. Just all the people that do great things just for the student athletes here, because when you're at a student athlete, you know, dominated campus and everything, it can be tough. You know, it can be tough juggling a lot. And so I just want to just give a huge shout out to all the administrators. You know, whether you work in the tutoring center, you work in counseling services, you know, anywhere like that, I just want to give them just a huge shout out, just because, you know, they make our jobs easier as the coaches. You know, especially when you care for these student athletes and things like that, it helps them feel like they can be able to do their job. Of course, to, you know, all the other coaches, you know, on this campus that, you know, supports all the programs and tells us congratulations every time we come back every weekend. I really do appreciate you guys, and women, because, you know, that's the driving force. You know, just having that support from program to program, and that's why Campbellsville has been a great place.
Hope you all enjoyed this week's episode of Inside CU Sports with me, Khalil Baker. Please stay tuned for more.